I've been putting in for points on the strip since, well, I've been putting in for hunts before the points even started. So I had max points always, and it took me 22 years to draw the tag. And so, needless to say, there was a lot of pressure. I had 10 people out helping me, scouting and looking. We went out a week before the hunt and never came home until we got the deer. And it's a tough area to find it. We've seen some decent bucks, but nothing like we wanted. And it was getting down to where we had like 3 days left in the hunt. And a friend of mine, Jack Taylor, told me that I ought to get a hold of Larry for some help. And at that point, I wasn't arguing with anybody, so I got a hold of Larry, and we went out the next day and spotted a really nice, wide. I thought it was 4 points, but a guy with us said it was 3, so we went out the next morning to look for him when we picked up this one. And there wasn't much decision making in whether to take it or not.
I wouldn't think so.
I told Larry from the beginning I really like mass, and I don't think there was a bigger one with more mass on the strip than this one. So that Larry, we picked up Larry, what, 3 days before the hunt ended?
3 days before the hunt ended,
So,
and so really what it come down to was Mike had some cameras out that he'd had set up, and he went to retrieve them while I went scouting on the first day, first morning or something like that. And anyhow, we was after I'd looked around and stuff like that, I go, I think I know where we need to go. And so that took us back to that area the next morning, which was the morning we seen the bigger buck in, and he was pretty wide, and was really tall, and quite impressive going away from us, but we didn't get a real good look at him. And so anyhow, that made us return back the next day looking for him, when we found this one just right at daylight, just coming light enough you could just see him through your binoculars. And so it took a little while for us to be able to finally decide that that one was the one we wanted, and just let it get lighter and lighter and lighter, and as it got lighter, I mean, we were looking for, make sure it was a 4 point at least, and but the width was just, he was so impressive just standing in the sagebrush as he'd put his head down to feed and then raise his head back up. It was awesome, really exciting.
When we shot, of course, in the recoil, I didn't see him go down. You heard the thump, but we waited for what, 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
You could see him through the binoculars at first, but you couldn't see him through a rifle scope. It was too dark. And finally, when it got light enough to see, he was getting nervous with his does, and he started walking off. And I was waiting for him to come out in an opening, and I didn't know it till later, but Larry was saying, "Shoot, shoot!" But I couldn't hear him. I was concentrating on the deer, and when he stepped out, we shot, and in the recoil, I didn't see him drop, but you heard the thump, and then you seen the sagebrush just wobble back and forth. And so we knew we had him down and went up there, and boy, what a sensation after all of the years of putting in and the stress of all of the help and everything else, and not wanting to come home with just an average deer. It just felt like a big weight had been lifted off me, and I was dancing like a little girl.
I have never seen anybody that was so excited as he was. He actually just jumped up and down. Just ecstatically.
Well, he had good reason, because this buck is just incredible. Look at the mass of this deer. He's almost, you can nickname him the moose buck. He is just super massive. So tell me what he scores and how wide he is. And
well, we scored him out. He's 35 inches wide, scores 205 inches, and had, I believe it was 43 inches of mass.
wow.
So I told Larry when we first got a hold of him that I liked mass, and that's what we got for sure.
You definitely got a buck that has a lot of mass.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for showing this incredible buck to me. It's just it's a joy to see it, and I just love looking at these guys. So
we also have got a guy I'd never met before, seeing that I got the buck. He says, "Hey, I got the drop to that." And here's the drop to this odd side. It was about, probably 2 years before I got this one. he found that.
And he just gave it to you.
And gave it to me. And I feel bad because I can't remember his name right now, but
Garrett Carr.
was it?
Garrett Carr.
Garrett Carr. And he just gave it to me, and so I'm gonna make a special mount for this deer, and that'll be incorporated in it.
That's awfully nice of him to do that.
So,
That's
yeah. Nice kid.
Oh, it's just fantastic. So, well, I will keep filming and keep finding big deer for you guys. So, I appreciate you guys. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Larry.
You bet. If anybody needs a guide for the Arizona Strip, I'm certainly available as long as somebody can get a hold of me as soon as they draw out. And sometimes they go pretty fast. So
Like I've
glad to
said,
help them.
Larry has guided how many years?
I've been guiding since '95.
It's been a long time.
I started.
So he knows the Strip very well.
I grew up on the Strip.
He grew up on the Strip.
I have property on the Strip.
He lives there
Yeah, I live
in
there.
the summer.
Well, yeah, we'll put a link down. So get a hold of Larry. Use Mike as a reference. I'm sure Mike would just speak highly of Larry, and we'll put a link down to his website and a phone number to get a hold of Larry if you happen to draw a Arizona 13A, 13B, or even Paunsaugunt. He's the guide to call.